Onewheel Frank, sponsored SC Bikes rider, tried pressing me at a gas station.
Yeah, boy, I just got right. Man, say it. Don't be bringing out that camera like you finna do something, bro. Hey, it is what it is. Ain't you cried, ain't you went home.
What's up? You said it's on site when you see me. I'm right here.
Bro, what you wanna do?
Bro, you posting some random shit to look, and nobody here with me either. What are you talking about?
What? What you said?
SC sponsors, this good today had crazy.
A few moments later.
To understand this moment right here, we must look at the timeline and history of SC Bike, and why this is one of the most important paradigm shifts in bike life history.
No one wants you in the video.
I do that when I get mad.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a stress relief.
Oh, okay.
When your heart jumping fast. I actually hit like 3 cars before.
Just kind of nicked it?
Just scratched the car.
Right.
Yeah, hashtag suicide swerve.
Suicide swerve, that's what that's called?
Mm-hmm.
My name is Frank, I'm 15. Work. I saw Dblocks was coming to Miami. He got me my first bike because he seen I was good. Dblocks, I have to say it, man. He put me on to everything. He taught me the way how to do things. He is my role model.
I'm like that. Hey, I see you tomorrow's gonna go down, my boy. Real talk.
I'm here to destroy the illusion that Mr. Todd Lyons has created to thousands of riders all over the world, and to reveal to you the truth behind SC Bikes and their crew with nothing but fact. I'm here to show you that your heroes are not who you think they are, and this positive movement they claim to live by is nothing but some lie. You must be confused, like, what is Rozaati talking about? I thought the SC crew was nothing but giving free bikes away and positive vibes. So grab your popcorn and buckle up, because this is gonna be an insane video. If you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself very quickly. My name is Rozaati. I've been riding and documenting the bike life scene since I was in 7th grade around 2016. As every other kid, my dream was to buy a SC bike one day, but since I was being raised by a single immigrant mother, that dream almost seemed impossible.
Bro, so I'm like doing this right here, but it's like, I don't know if it's not tight.
Until one day, one of my YouTube videos blew up and I was able to use that money to buy my own bike. I was lucky enough to find a SoCal flyer for $120 at the time, and that was the start of my bike life journey. When I first started riding bikes, the idea of a sponsorship wasn't even a thought. Nobody cared to impress these companies. The true goal was to go outside and learn some new combos, a style of doing tricks while wheeling. And at the time, the person innovating that scene was One-Way Corey. I remember one day I was sitting around watching my favorite YouTuber's boyfriend versus girlfriend, and I seen this clip of these kids wheeling in my city.
I just ran into a bunch of peeps from South Philly. Say what up.
One way. Follow us on Instagram.
One Way, what's that, your group?
Yeah. On Instagram. You already know.
The rapper?
And I just couldn't believe that this was happening locally. It almost seemed like a movie. You can see One-Way Corey in the video cutting up. He was probably like 13 in it. So I would beg my mom to please take me to the city all the time, and she would always say no. So I just said fuck it one day, and I took my 20-inch Chaos Walmart bike to the city with my friend DJ, and we went to the One Way The Takeover Part 2 ride out, and that's where we just met everyone there. Fast forward 2018, I was invited by some friends to go to a memorial ride out in New York City. I didn't know much of it, but obviously, as always, I was just open-minded to do anything and just take a risk, you know, just go far, just film videos. That's always been my mission since day one. It was my friend Ling and my other friend John. We went from Philly to New York, and you know, overall we were just trying to have a good time.
Thank you.
BB with the Robin, looking over retarded.
It is Rozaati here, back with another video. Currently, we are in New York.
This was my second time ever in New York City, so it's still new, you know, just going to the city. So we were in traffic, and I had my GoPro out ready to film one of my friends that was about to start wheeling, and then out of nowhere, sponsored SC Bikes rider Rrdblocks got into my frame and proceeded to tell me this right here.
What?
Now what he meant by what did I tell you about that camera, he was pretty much referring to a moment in time 2 months prior to this. He came to a ride out in Philly and he came up to me personally telling me that if I wanted to film him I would have to pay him. And I was literally like a young boy at the time and I was just like confused on why he told me that, considering the fact that I've never even wanted to film this man. He's never influenced me in any way and I never found his style impressive, to be honest. So 16-year-old Rozaati was not having the way Dblocks just approached him and told him that.
I'm a little dick eater. Yo, Dblocks is a fucking dick eater. You dick eating. You're dick eating.
So of course Dblocks, being the egomaniac he is, decided to push me off my bike in the middle of traffic.
You're dick eating. No one wants you in the video. You really gonna do that shit? You fucking thinking.
What you call me though?
What the fuck you doing, yo?
He then spun back and took the GoPro off my head and launched it and then threw a bike at me. When I was only 16 years old, guys, and he was 26. At the time, he was fully being paid by SC. He was the face of the company. He had just gotten his signature bike. It almost seemed like this was nothing out of the ordinary for him, like he's done this before to other people. So after all this went down, he immediately left the scene. And I also left the scene because I was only with 2 other friends and we're in New York. We don't know what's gonna happen. And then on our way to the bus, who do you think I see? Mr. Rrdblocks comes approaching me, bribing me with money, with a new phone, because my phone had gotten cracked due to him throwing my bike. He offered me a new camera, new bikes, whatever I wanted, as long as I was to delete the post I had made about him, and if I was never to release the footage.
I'm clout chasing and shit, like, and I've been had my followers up before all this happened, you mean?
It could have been squashed. He could have just been like, you know what, let me turn around, let me go tell a little, I'm sorry, you know, I blacked out, because people black out.
Yeah.
But that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
You rolled off like a didn't say nothing, and then you follow the kid, you try to link up with the kid, and Bryden, when I tell you that you're good, bro, you're good. You're good. Darnell ran and told him that you said something about Fat Boy and Jumbo. And I'm like, again, how is it that Darnell is the only person who heard this?
Exactly, yeah.
Niggas ain't gonna sit there and just, there's like 30 of us. 30 of us ain't just gonna sit there and lie, my nigga.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear it.
Exactly.
Why would you say it? He was not acting like this. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Once he got sponsored, it was over. It was over.
Of course, at the time, I didn't even look at him. I was just like ignoring him as he's telling me all this. And he was definitely getting mad that I was ignoring him. Like, you could tell, like, he's not used to this. He's used to people acting in his favor and, you know, him having control over people. See, when Dblocks did this to me, he did not know I had a platform already. I dropped a 30-minute video with proof and evidence exposing him, and he definitely got a lot of backlash from people. And due to that, I was getting threats from just people all over New York and his friends, and, you know, everyone really telling me, oh, you better take that down. And I didn't care, because at that moment, the reason why I made that video was not to get clout, as he claimed, because if you compare that video to any other video I've dropped ever, that video is very, like, small, like, view count compared to all my other videos. So that I did it for clout just can be thrown out the window. Your name is not that relevant, clearly. The reason why I made that video at the time was to possibly save somebody else from something like that happening to them. People were reaching out to me, telling me how Dblocks had done similar things to them, and it just blew my mind. I also never told my mom about the situation, which I honestly should have, but I didn't, because I didn't want her to worry about me possibly, you know, getting hurt now when I go out of state. Like, I didn't want my mom to worry at all. So at the time, I pretty much didn't have any, like, adult guidance through the entire situation. It was just young Rozaati. As always, for me, YouTube's always been my way of expressing myself. I'm sharing information with my subscribers. So after this situation went down, SC did not kick Dblocks off the team. I never got any type of apology from him. Zero, not even public. And actually, he did the complete opposite. He went online and told people that the reason why he pushed me off my bike was because I was talking shit about his dead friend. Like, it just doesn't make sense, and I already proved that in the video right here that y'all can go tune in. I'm not gonna try to disprove that already, because I already proved that what he said was a complete lie. But the fact that this man not just come out and, you know, apologize and be like, you know, maybe I just tripped, like, at that moment, like, you know what I'm saying, like, maybe I just had a little, like, mental breakdown. Instead of him being a man about the situation, situation, he decided to completely do the opposite and lie and tell everyone that he did that because I was talking about his dead friend, and then he got all his friends around him to give into the lie, and it was just this huge thing until I dropped the video. So that's just something to remember. Rrdblocks, literally one of SC Bike's sponsored riders, the leader of the entire crew, has already done that to me, and he never got any consequences. And it's very important to remember that because it will all add up at the end. So 2019, I got into high school and I just started slowly. I slowly stopped riding bikes as much. I was just, you know, living that party lifestyle. I just wanted to go out every weekend, just turn up. I was just being a dumbass teenager. I would say from the end of 2018 till 2020, I was not riding bikes. I was just, you know, doing high school. So I was in the middle of my junior year of high school, and I started to realize that I needed to take YouTube serious if I ever wanted to succeed in it. So I was like, you know, I definitely got to get back on riding bikes. I started to see, you know, like One Way Corey's YouTube channel doing good, and I was like, you know, I definitely have an opportunity there to, you know, start grinding and start making videos again. So I worked at a pizza shop washing dishes for about a year, and I saved all that money up from washing dishes and invested it all into getting a new bike, getting a new camera, a new computer, new setup, everything. That entire year I was working, it was definitely hell, it was definitely miserable, but you know, I just had like this picture in mind. Like, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to travel and make videos, so I just stuck to the grind. So I got an OM Dura with my friend Pat. When I came back, I started to realize a lot of things had changed. It went from everyone pushing each other to learn new combos, new tricks, to now everyone is tagging SC Bikes to get sponsored. And at the time, I didn't think much of it, but as time went by, I started to realize how dedicated people were to joining this team they created. You see, what Todd Lyons says is he had a dream.
And everyone knows Dblocks. I wanted to expand upon that. I had this dream of having this big crew of riders and really bring them up, you know, kind of find these up and coming riders and, you know, from all across the country. And I'm really, really excited that now it's like we have this crew.
Todd Lyons gathered every sponsored rider from all over the country to California, and that gave everyone the hope that they could be the next one there. You see, once they started to see their favorite riders taking flights everywhere, getting free bikes, being in hotels just to ride bike, that's all the community had to see to fully dedicate their life now to get sponsored. You see, the way Todd Lyons made it seem is as if these sponsored SC riders are just living this free mode lifestyle, when the truth is very far from that. And I truly believe this is when bike life changed for the worse. Instead of people creating a new wave, it seemed like everyone was just trying to hop on one that was already moving. The truth is, Todd Lyons knew this, and he used that as an illusion to trick riders to keep promoting SC. He realized that every rider would now think that the only way to make it out riding bikes is to get sponsored by SC Bikes. But at the time, it seemed like Todd didn't even have any future plans for the crew. It seemed like they were there just to praise Dblocks, promote their new products as best as they could, and it seemed like everyone's personality became just promoting SC Bikes. It didn't even seem like they had a personality. It was just all talking about SC Bikes, promoting SC Bikes. It was just cringy, honestly. My feed went from people trying hard new tricks to now old random men promoting SC products, and now they're claiming they're made for wheelie. At the time, the way it seemed for me was almost like the SC crew was a way to prove to everyone at your school that you've made it somehow. Like, oh, look at me, I'm sponsored by SC, proved you wrong, which never made any sense to me at all. But the odd thing was that SC was not really sponsoring the sharp, talented people on Instagram. They were sponsoring whoever could just sell themselves out to SC the best. They're looking for people that just will completely dedicate their life to just promoting SC, and you guys watching right now are seeing it real time. There's parents out here sacrificing their kids' childhood just to possibly get sponsored by SC, and in reality, they get nothing in return at all. For me personally, I never cared about getting sponsored by them. My goal was always to just make good content, just keep creating systems to where I can just level myself up. Fast forward to 2021, after the entire Dblocks incident, and I had came back. Now I was looking to travel and start going to California. I had seen that SC Bikes had made a ride out in LA. It was a 3-day ride out, and I was very, very interested in going. I posted on my Instagram to see how people would react if I went, and everyone was telling me, you know, to pop out, and I was definitely looking into going. But of course, to go to LA is very expensive. You gotta know the right people. You gotta have transportation. It's a lot of variables. I guess Todd Lyons had seen me, you know, post on Instagram that I was interested in going, and he went on a podcast and even talked about, you know, how I might be going to the ride out.
Everyone's welcome. Come hang out, go ride your bike, have some fun, see stuff you've never seen, for no marketing reason other than, you know, to ride bikes with your friends that you have not maybe met yet.
Yeah, no, it's going to be cool. I got a message from one of the Bike Life kids out in Philly, Rozaati. I'm sure you've probably seen him. He does a lot of video. He hit me up today. Said, "Hey, I'm down. I want to come there. I want to book hotels. I want to, let me know." I was like, "Hey, let's talk next week. I'll know more."
Rozaati's a baller, dude. Yeah, for sure.
But we may just get kind of random, and then we'll bring some of the crew. I'm actually thinking about doing a contest. I don't want to say what we're gonna do yet, but a contest for the crew, the SE crew riders, and be like, hey, the top 3 or whatever 4 that win this contest, are going to be we'll fly out.
People were sending me that podcast, like, look, Todd Lyons was talking about you, and I was like, oh, cool, like, all right. And then after the podcast, he had actually hit me up personally, and he called me, giving me details about the ride, what I could expect if I went. And while we were talking on the phone, he told me, like, yo, if you want to stay with us, you can just stay with the SC crew. We'll take care of everything. He told me pretty much I just got to book my flight, and once I land, it's good. SC's going to take care of it. I'll be able to kick it with the SC crew team.
So Rozaati, he's a young kid kid in Philly. He was supposed to come out, and Deezy was supposed to come out from Miami, and they were actually going to stay in the they were going to stay in the hotel with us. Like we had room for them. How cool, just thinking of those 2 guys. I was already taking pride in that. Like, oh man, I'm going to be able to take them through Beverly Hills. They're going to be able to see the Hollywood sign. We're gonna go through Santa Monica, So anyway, so that's more part of this ride.
And when he told me that, I was definitely excited because I'd never gone to LA before. My dream had always been to go to California, especially Los Angeles. I was mostly more excited to make YouTube videos out there because I've always wanted to. But then after we hopped off the phone, he texted me telling me something pretty different. He forgot to mention, I'd like you to take down that video of the Dblocks incident. That served its purpose 2 years ago. Now it just damages the SC brand. So that's the deal. Remove the video and you're cool to come out and stay with us. And then I texted him back, pretty much just breaking down how I felt. Of course, as always, he never texted me back after that. He just left it how it was. I did agree to the deal. I said, since SC's gonna pretty much take me to California, I don't really care about this video. I've always been an analytical person since a little kid, and the way I looked at it was, I'm gonna just take this video down of Dblocks. It got like 20,000 views. I have videos that have done way better than this. If that means if I can just take this down to be able to make even better videos, alright, let it be it. Fast forward about 3 months, I never heard anything from Todd, any updates, any like hotel confirmation, like anything. Even though I took the video down, I never heard anything. So I contacted him because, the trip was coming up. I asked him if the deal was still on. Yo, Todd, hope you're having a good day. Just wondering if that offer for the SoCal ride's still on. He then texted me back saying, hey dude, I don't think it's gonna work out this time. You're more than welcome to come out to the ride. Just link up with 3 other dudes and split the hotel room. 25% each person, boom. Yeah, Todd, let me just find 3 other friends that have $1,000 laying around to go to California and that aren't going to school. He knew exactly what he did doing this. I was definitely bummed and mad that Todd Lyons had just fooled me into thinking I was about to go to California. But overall, I was like, damn, like I had told a lot of people I was going. I hyped it up on Instagram, and now this man is telling me that, oh, we can't help you out. After I took the video down, like we literally had a deal and he did not stand on it. The thing that Todd Lyons did not know is that I only made the video private. I did not delete it. So right when I seen that text, I instantly put it back up because he didn't hold his end of the deal. Luckily, I had found some people that were also going to the ride out, and I got some help to go out there. This was my first time also making merch to travel with, so I brought some chest bags to sell out there. Once I got to the ride out, it was definitely some cool vibes. I just loved the scenery in LA. The people there were super nice. I definitely seen some people I already knew, so I definitely caught a vibe. There was definitely something that caught my eye that seemed very fishy. You see, this ride was used to promote the new SC Bikes and Vans collab, and when Todd Lyons had texted me telling me to take down the Rrdblocks video, the collab had not been announced yet. So I just started to add everything up, and I realized that the only reason Todd had texted me to take the video down and to come to California because he did not want this video of his sponsored rider assaulting a kid floating around. Also, considering the fact that Dblocks was about to be in every mall in America pretty much. They had commercials with Vans and everything. Of course, Todd Lyons didn't want the world to see this video. So at that moment, I realized what Todd had done. He literally had used me to just save SC. So in order to have some revenue for the ride out, I brought some merch, and it was chest bags at that time. You have to remember that the SC crew is all below Rrdblocks. They must do and believe anything he says. He's the one in charge of the crew, their commander, whatever you want to call it. They want to have full control of what you think and what you say. And if you don't fit that description, then you're just simply not made for the team. SC gives free bikes, yeah, sure, but at what cost? I can never talk bad about any possible possible part on the bike in a non-biased way. I can never share my true insights on how the product could be better for wheelies, and we can see this as an example with the SC Bike's Fast Ripper. SC knew that kids were going to be beating on this bike, wheeling on it, but yet they promoted it as this new wheelie bike. Kids all over the country bought the bike for about $1,300 to $1,400. Literally 1 week later, most of them just couldn't ride the bike because the axle was so weak that it just couldn't stand the weight. You see, SC does this very often. They be having these little problems with their bikes, but they never tell the people. I knew so many friends that had saved up money and grinded for months just to buy this bike, and just for this bike to break in a week is just unbelievable. And what really shocked me was that I see no responses from the SC crew at all. Nobody had made any posts trying to get SC to fix the problem. It almost seemed like SC wanted to keep this a secret. And I got a Fast Ripper and it happened to me. Luckily, I was able to find somebody locally to help my problem, but I knew other people just didn't have the resources I did. But as always, the SC crew was told not to speak out about the product problem and just keep everyone in the dark. At that moment, I realized that most of the crew riders are just a puppet for SC. They'll never share their true insights on products. They'll never keep it real with their followers on how they really feel about things. So I knew that no one was going to speak out about it. So when I seen Todd, I confronted him about it.
Just one more question. Any updates on the Fast Ripper axles? Like, I'm on my third one. I'm on my third one. I hate to be the guy, Todd, but the people want to know.
Yeah, they're chrome. I've told the vendor, the hub vendor, be like, yo, hey, make them as strong as you can.
Yo, it's good, bro.
We're talking with a different hub vendor, to make different axles, but
But shit, Todd, thank you for coming, bro.
We don't put pegs on. We don't put pegs on the Fast Ripper, but we kind of know.
I saw One Way Jason with the pegs. I felt inspired. I was like, you mean I gotta get on the Fast?
Working on it, man.
As you guys can see, he pretty much just said a whole lot of nothing. He knows that SC has the money to improve these products and make our parts stronger, but at the same time, they're aware that people will just keep buying the same bike and just keep breaking it the same way. It's just a constant cycle. The amount of resources and power SC has over BIKELIFE is unbelievable, but yet they choose not to use it. They have the resources to build systems to help these riders reach new levels, but their only concern is to sell more products every year. The SC crew is the reason why SC Bikes is as strong as they are right now. So it's very sad to see them just get a return of nothing. You see, the point that I'm trying to make with this video is that the SC crew sponsorship really means nothing. And the fact that people are over here dedicating hours of their day just to possibly get a post from SC, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel as if there's enough data on the table for anyone to analyze and just be able to tell and just say like, yo, this is some BS. This company's taking advantage of riders for their followers. Most you'll get from being a sponsored rider is probably getting flown out like twice a year, maybe some significant brand deal, and you might get like 2 or 3 bikes. That's really it. So once you know that, wouldn't you tell yourself like, yo, like I'm worth more than just 2 free bikes? Like, sure, you guys can give me free bikes, but can you not put some food on the table? Like, when my mom is hungry, what am I supposed to tell her? Like, yeah, let's just heat up this bike on the oven. It's just truly sad to see people just get a free bike and now they've dedicated their entire life to this brand instead of figuring out how they can better their own selves and create better content to reach new levels. You see, the system they've created is they're gonna give a free bike to an upcoming rider so they stay locked in and emotionally attached to the brand. They realize that giving a free bike to somebody that just doesn't have the money to get one, the level of loyalty they will show your brand is next level, and they just use that to their advantage. These bikes mean nothing to them. They just make these for super cheap. It's just honestly Chinese parts, but they've just programmed the entire community into thinking if SC posts you, if SC likes your picture, you're next to get sponsored, you're gonna get flown out. It's just all a load of BS. Everything SC does and posts is all just to keep you riding an SC, and this is the illusion that Todd Lyons has created. The truth of the matter is nobody in BIKELIFE has a true control over the products we ride. None of these bikes that we ride are made for what we specifically do. If you look into it, BIKELIFE is mostly ran by BMX riders that just came into our community to make some money. They act like they're in BIKELIFE, they tell the riders they're gonna sponsor them, but everything is just a marketing strategy to increase their sales. This will keep happening for years until riders really wake up and realize what's happening. I hope that everyone watching this realizes that the only way BIKELIFE will evolve is up to us, the real riders that ride every day, that dedicate hours to the sport, and it's up to us to create new ideas and concepts to level up BIKELIFE. Now that you have an idea on how the SC crew operates and the role they play in the community, I can now dig a little deeper into my most recent situation with Onewheel Frank sponsored SC Bikes ride, who also happens to be managed by Rrdblocks, the same person that assaulted me when I was a kid. December 2022, former SC sponsored rider One Way Jason announced that he is no longer affiliated with SC Bike. This was a shock for the entire community because Jason had been posting for years showing his appreciation to SC and how they had changed his life for the better. So it was just very strange to see him just come out saying he was done with SC. But then come to find out, SC Bikes had informed their riders that nobody would be making any money for the entire year. They were going to cut down on flights and cut down on giving free bikes. Made an entire list of demands they wanted from every single sponsored rider. They wanted like 7 Instagram posts like a week or something. They were told that they had to keep everything positive on social media, which obviously Mr. Frank did not do. So it just seemed like the crew overall was just starting the year off on a horrible note. And then we seen Steezy Films leave the crew, which definitely was like, damn, like Steezy really, like the amount of content he was making was unbelievable, just sharing their products. So the fact that, you know, somebody like him had to leave was just very upsetting because I knew he put in a lot of work. After this, we started to see Jason post on Instagram expressing how he felt about the situation. Now, I want to make this clear that I have no intel on what happened with Jason or SC. I do not know how Jason was as a sponsored SC rider, but what I can tell you is that Jason was fully dedicated to the brand. He would always post on Instagram, and overall, he was one of my favorite riders. But once Jason publicly came out telling everyone how much the most SC riders make is $300, it seemed like everyone in the crew was very bothered by this, and they did not want the public to know this. And the fact that it came from Jason just verified it's true. February 11th, 2022, Todd Lyons had texted me asking if I wanted a free bike. Of course, as always, I was very appreciative, and I said, yeah, of course. I told him I wanted this one bike in specifically, the Killer Quad. I had only seen teaser pictures of it, and he told me that if I wanted that, I would have to wait till the end of the year. I had no problem with waiting since I had just gotten my FaZe Ripper, which I was going to use for the FaZe Clan recruitment challenge. January 2023, I texted Todd asking if the Killer Quad would arrive before MLK because I just wanted to start the year off, you know, posting a brand new bike, making a review when I was down Miami on it. You know, just starting the year off with a brand new bike that I've been waiting for over a year. He texted me back saying that, yeah, the bike should arrive before MLK, and I was very excited. So before I left for my trip, obviously there's a couple things I have to change so I'm comfortable on the bike, including the bars and the grips. So as I'm swapping out the bars, I was thinking like, let me show my followers, you know, a hint onto what bike I may have. So as I was about to remove the SC grips, which obviously I am cutting off because I will never use, I filmed a video of me cutting the SC grips off, and I was like, yo, look, like this is what y'all do with grips. Anyone that watches my videos and just follows me overall knows that this is a joke. The way I just made that video was clearly a joke. Anyone with their right mind can tell it's a joke. I can also assure that anyone that has had stock SC grips know how bad they are and that you should just cut them off when you get the bike. Alright guys, if you ever get your hands on new SC grips, this is what you do. Alright, so you grab your knife and then you just want to put it right there. Just cut this joint up because these are trash. But my goal was to show my subscribers a hint onto what bike I may be revealing soon. Because in the video you can see it has a shifter, also the hydraulic brakes. So, you know, maybe people can put 2 and 2 together. Then someone sent the story to Todd Lyons telling him that I was making fun of SC bikes, when that was not the case at all. So I was just sitting around, and then I see my phone goes off, and it's a text from Todd Lyons telling me on Instagram to take it down. And at first I ignored it because I thought like, bro, there's no way Mr. Todd Lyons is telling me to take this down. And the reason why I thought he was joking at first is because this is coming from the man that has posted stuff like this. So he can post this, but me posting a video of me cutting grips is a problem? That makes no sense. So I just ignored it because I thought he was joking. But then he texts me saying, I send you this $1,100 bike and you post this, WTF. And then I obviously replied telling him it was a joke. Like, I still didn't think it was that serious. But then he tries to command me to take it down, and at that point I'm thinking to myself like, bro, has this man lost his mind? Like at that point I'm like, bro, why is everyone just trying to control what I post or say? Like, I don't have a contract with SC. They just sent this bike to show love. Like, we didn't make any agreements. Todd, just because you're used to controlling your sponsored riders does not mean you have the right to even try to control others. I removed the text because I was not taking it down. Like, I was just not gonna let this random old man try to tell me what I can and can't post. He then texted me the next morning, which really shows this was on his mind all night, telling me why didn't I delete that. He told me that it was pretty disrespectful. And at that point I replied to him with this paragraph: who are you to try to manage my social media? If anything is disrespectful for you to reach out to me. Todd, just because you didn't get a joke doesn't mean people have to take it down. Everyone that saw that story knew it was a joke. I knew he wouldn't be saying this to other creators with the same platform that I have. You see, Todd Lyons is a professional. He understands that if you want people to only talk good about your product, that comes with a price. And even then, for me, I don't sell out for that. I keep it real with my subscribers. I'm not just gonna sit here and talk about only the good about these bikes. Like, obviously they have some flaws, and it's very important for you guys to know about. Even though he had texted me this, I was still planning to go to Miami, make a full review on the bike, you know, post saying thank you on Instagram for the bike. So then boom, I pack all my stuff and here I am heading to Miami to get away from the cold in Philly. I get to Miami the first day I'm there, you know, I just had a nice day seeing all the palm trees, you know, catching the vibes, being in the back of the pickup truck. You know, I'm just excited to start this MLK weekend. But while I'm at the meet, I'm getting all these phone calls and text messages from people telling me like, yo, you seen what Onewheel Frank posted? And at first I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about? I was very confused because I haven't talked to Onewheel Frank maybe in like 5 months. Whenever the last ride out I seen him, I can't even remember. I can promise you guys, I probably have the most like 5 minutes I've talked to this man. It's very important for y'all to understand I have very little communication with him. I've barely spoken to him. The story gets shared to me, but I can't see it. It just says story unavailable. So at that point, I think people are trolling, just trying to start some random drama. And I get a screenshot of his story saying this: I don't do no internet beef, but whenever you see me, you see me. When I see Rozaati, it's up. I don't forget nothing. Y'all ain't gangsta, y'all telling lies. When I seen this, I'm like, y'all ain't gangsta, y'all telling lies. I'm confused because if you watch my channel, I've never claimed to be any type of gangsta. I'm just being myself and I can confidently say that. But Onewheel Frank, on the other hand, he portrays on Instagram to be like this NBA youngboy wannabe. But once I seen him post that, I knew that this was just some imaginary beef he had created. And if Frank is seeing this, I will pay him money to show the people any type of evidence to where I might have had said something about him or anything even close to that, because there's none. This is all in his head. Even if I did say something, you're a professional sponsored rider. You should know how to control yourself, whether people say good or bad things about you. So once I seen that story, I kind of just laughed, guys, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been in a lot more scarier situations in Philly, way worse than some NBA youngboy try hard wannabe trying to press me or post some type of threats on Instagram. Obviously he's trying to live this NBA youngboy lifestyle. It's super cringy. But something I did know about Frank was when I seen him, we was gonna see his true colors if he really stood to that when I see you it's on site. Because where I live in Philly, if someone says that, it can mean so many things. So the second day I knew Frank was gonna be there. Everyone's, oh, Frank's gonna be coming, be scared. Like, I'm like, bro, stop it, guys, stop. This is an NBA youngboy literal clone wannabe. It's so sad to see people lose touch with their identity. It really is. So I waited for the entire ride out to pass, and I made sure that nobody I knew was around me for when I confronted Frank. And when I seen Frank, he was literally by himself. Now it seems like a lot of people were confused on why I was filming, but the reason why I was filming was, for one, if I didn't film, that gives like the entire SE crew the upper hand to just manipulate this entire live. Two, I mean, this is my job to document my life. I've been doing this as a kid. So this is how it went down when I seen him.
What's up, man?
Oh my God!
What's up? You said it's on site when you see me. I'm right here.
What you want to do?
He's asking me what I want to do, like I was the one that initiated this.
What you want to do?
Bro, you posted some random shit. Look, you about to use your. You said it's on site. You posted me. You got me blocked. What you talking about? I ain't on no scary either. I'm right the fuck here.
Bro, when we stop, I'm gonna see if you block that shit.
I'm right the fuck here. Fuck what talking about? Oh, all right. Oh, all right.
What you talking about?
Bro, look, and I'm nobody here with me either. What the fuck is you talking about?
What? What you said? What you said?
SC sponsors, that shit good today had crazy. Probably why you was mad, you stuck on that old ass bike. Stupid ass bitch.
It's funny considering he made a public threat to me and this is the way he's acting. It's like so sad. It's definitely embarrassing. Like if I was him, I'd be embarrassed. Like this is how I'm going out in my own city. Like hell no. I had never made any post about Frank till that point when I confronted. At that moment I realized clearly, look, this NBA youngboy wannabe gangster just got exposed. True identity's out there now on video. This beef gotta be over. He didn't stand to his word. And at that point we pretty much rode about a quarter mile together to this gas station where everyone else was. And while I'm riding, I'm over here thinking like, bro, this is over with. There's no way he's trying to keep this going, because if he did, he would have just rumbled me then and there. Like what? This is when things just escalated to the highest level possible. Frank had to wait till he was in front of an entire ride to try to confront me with his friends. And at this point, guys, he came up to me. First thing he said was, oh, like what was all that you were saying, bro? As the way he just came up to me, the energy he gave me was off the rip, very hostile. At that point, I just had to defend myself. I knew I was definitely not gonna get punched on first. I definitely knew I was not about to go out like no bitch. After 5 minutes of me, you know, just being there, I decided that, you know, it's just best if I leave because I did not want to keep riding at this point. I was just looking at things from like a perspective if it happened back in Philly. Phone calls would definitely be getting made and people would start pulling up. Like, it would have definitely got bad. I went on Instagram to just explain everything that happened because I was tired of people DMing me like, yo, what happened, blah, blah, blah. So I just told everything that happened. He goes on Instagrams and just starts creating his own fictional reality. He goes on this rant about how he's seen me, and when he seen me, he pressed me and I start crying, so he punched on me and I was just crying. It's just crazy to believe that you just lied to everybody.
Yeah, boy, I just got right. Man, say, don't be bringing out that camera like you finna do something, bro. Hey, it is what it is. And he cried, and he went home. Hey, he say he beat me. Hey, tell that boy to spin back. I'm at the gas station, tell that boy to spin back. Hey, I see you tomorrow, it's gonna go down, my boy. Real
If you watch Frank's clips where he's posting, talking like NBA YoungBoy, trying to act all tough, clearly seems very mad about the situation.
Yeah, boy, I just got right, man. Say, don't be bringing out that camera like you finna do something, bro. Hey, it is what it is. And he cried, and he went home. Hey, he say he beat me. Hey, tell that boy to spin back. I'm at the gas station, tell that boy to spin back. That boy, hey, he ain't never come back to the gas station. Hey, no marks on my face. I'm like that. Hey, I see you tomorrow, it's gonna go down, my boy. Real tough. And I made him go home.
When all this went down, when it was clear as day that Frank was in the wrong, people are telling me that Dblocks sent Frank out because he made that post about the grips. And then I start to later find out that the whole reason why Frank even made that threat was all over me posting the grips on Instagram. He felt the need, he had to stand up for his crew because I'm attacking them, like just super cringy things, guys. SC being the professional company they are, instead of kicking him off the team and making a public apology to me, they do the opposite and literally post a picture just praising this man, saying, oh, Todd Lyons already knew everything that happened. SC had seen my stories. I even texted Todd telling him. So like, it wasn't no secret. When they made this post, everyone from the community was mad, angry. Why are y'all posting this? Why are y'all literally praising this man that just did this to Rozaati? And how did SC reply? They started to delete every comment from everybody. They only wanted y'all to see the good, and that's something that SC will forever do. They do not want y'all to be able to express how y'all truly feel about things. No company should be able to try to control some type of narrative in that way. If the community feels someone, it's very important to let them speak out about it, and the fact that SC just wants to control this is just super bad. And the fact that they even had to delete the picture of their crew just goes to show. All I'm trying to show you guys is that this entire SC crew sponsorship has destroyed these riders' perspective. They all think they have authority over people. They think they have authority over ride out. They think they can just tell people what they can and can't do. Like, at this point, guys, everything is out of control and very unprofessional. Now, after that entire situation happened, me defending myself on Instagram, you started to see just more SC crew riders come out and just overall takes Frank's side without even being there. But yet they were all on Frank's side. You start to see Rrdblocks posts on Instagram literally instigating the entire situation, saying you a snitch, for him trying to go out somewhere and just make some content. Seeing that, like, it just makes no sense unless people like me just come out and it really expose the way this crew operates. And it's so obvious that this was literally like a Matrix attack. Anyone watching this video, what I really want y'all to take from this is one, everyone teaming up to just once again try to destroy Rozaati. You do not need to be sponsored by SC, and honestly, it's best if you stay the farthest away. Try to find your own company to represent. This group of riders is so toxic. I truly hope that one day we see more bike life people having control over, you know, the scene, being able to customize products and actually, you know, make them for what we do. But until us, the people, really try to make a change, we'll keep seeing the same mistakes. We'll keep seeing Dblocks literally program some new up-and-coming kid to act violent whenever somebody is against their product. Like, they claim to be this we ride as one, but but the truth is that's awesome BS. We all ride as one is more like we all ride as one as long as your viewpoint is the same as mine. After this video comes out, I'm literally just gonna go back to my regular-ish posting, try and grind. But after all these events that y'all have learned of me, that I've had with SC crew members when I'm just trying to literally just proceed my YouTube dreams, but I am no longer supporting them, I am no longer recommending them, and I will definitely forever be trying to wake people up from this sponsorship illusion. I appreciate everyone that supported me throughout this entire situation, really the Rose Mob, all my subscribers, and the Bike Life community